Hello and welcome back to our YouTube channel. I'm so excited to have you here today as we are in the middle of our Flow 2 series. And today we are flowing to crow. So that may sound a little bit intimidating, but I'm going to walk you through the whole process with a bunch of different steps to find variations of crow if that's best for you. So for our practice today, grab 2 blocks. We're going to start seated on our feet. So if this is a little bit uncomfortable to sit on the heels, you can grab one of those blocks, place it in between your feet, and then place the bum back down so the legs can be nice and wide. So heavy glutes, place your hands wherever are comfortable. Draw the shoulders up and down the back, and then close down through the eyes. And as we join today here in our practice, just take a couple moments to yourself to just connect and to let go. Taking a gentle scan through the body, through the mind and the breath. Begin to draw intentional breaths in and out of the nose. As we draw a little bit more power, a little bit more effort to our practice today with some stronger poses, can you keep the intention and slow of the breath moving in and out? And then as you feel ready, you can open up the eyes. And from here, we're going to grab this block that is right next to us. From here, keeping our glutes grounded towards that block, we're going to place the block in between our 2 forearms. So as we're doing this, we're going to squeeze the block with our forearms, with our pecs, with our arms as much as we can. And then we're lifting that block in line with the shoulders. So we're going to pause and hold this. So keep the arms pressing into the block as much as you can. And as you're there, see if you can lift the block a little bit higher. Keep holding, keep the spine aligned, core active. Breaths moving in and out as you squeeze that block. Feel all the muscles of the arms working and see if you can lift the block just a little higher. 3 more intentional breaths in and out. One more big breath in. And then exhale, release down. Let that block go. So just notice all those muscles in the arms that we've just activated by using that block there. We're going to take the block out from underneath us, place it to the top of the mat. And from here, just move your weight forward so you can tuck your toes, so that you can tuck all of your toes underneath you to come and sit on your heels. I'm reaching around to grab my pinky toes, so make sure that my full foot area is getting a big stretch. And then I'm sitting my weight all the way back on my heels. If this is ever too much, it's a pretty intense stretch. Feel free to come up, stacking hips, shoulders, and knees all on top of each other. But let's start back down here. So find a comfortable spot. And then inhale, reach the arms out. Spread your fingers as wide as you can. And push through the palms of the hand. Feel like you're pressing on an imaginary wall. Feel a deep stretch through the bottom of the wrist here. Take a big breath in. Arms stay the same. Just draw the fingertips down now. So the backs of the hands are toward those imaginary walls. Spread the fingers as wide as you can. Feel stretch the top of the wrist now. Close your eyes to draw away from the sensation in the feet. And then last one, inhale, open the palms towards me. And then draw the thumbs in. Wrap your fingers around the thumbs. Draw the pinkies down towards the ground. Stretch her across the top of the wrist. Ooh, just feel that stretch in those toes. One more big breath in. One more big breath out. Release the hands. Take that opportunity to just tap the toes to the ground to let that go. And then move your 2 blocks to the top space of your mat. Then from here, spread your fingers nice and wide, coming for a table pose. Wrist right underneath the shoulders, knees right underneath the hips. And then start with your active table pose, pressing into the ground, pulling the shoulder blades apart, drawing the belly in. Gazing just ahead of your fingertips, tuck the toes, lift your knees just an inch off of the floor. Keep that belly active. Keep the spine neutral and flat. Take a big inhale and a full exhale. And then inhale, exhale, lift the hips up and back to your downward facing dog. So spreading the fingers nice and wide, allowing yourself to have a micro bend through the knees to let the sitting bones go a little bit higher towards the sky. The head is heavy. And take a couple moments to just move the hips side to side, bend one knee and the other. And then finding stillness. On an inhale, we're going to lift just our heels in downward dog. So keep everything the same except just lifting and stretching through those heels. Take another inhale. Now exhale, bend your knees and hover into a child's pose type pose where your knees are hovering off of the ground. Next, inhale, draw yourself forward to plank pose. Shoulders are trying to draw past the wrist. Belly draws in. Slow exhale up and back to downward facing dog. Let's try that same thing again. So inhale, lift just the heels. Exhale, bend your knees and hover like you're in child's pose with the knees lifted. Inhale forward to plank. Belly in, shoulders apart. Exhale up and back to downward facing dog. Big breath in. And full breath out. Let's try that one more time. Inhale, lift just the heels. And then exhale, bend your knees and hover them in that child's pose. Bum is way back. Inhale, now draw forward to plank. And then exhale up and back to downward facing dog. Big inhale through the nose. And exhale through your mouth. Now gaze towards your hands place. Slowly walk your feet toward the top of your mat. Bend your knees deeply and just come for a ragdoll, grabbing opposite elbows. Let your spine be heavy. And as you're here, you can gently sway side to side. And can you draw intention to the outer edges of the feet to lift through the arches? Finding center, droop that body down, and then slowly roll up one vertebrae at a time. Coming to the top of our mat, feet are right underneath the lungs or toes together, heels apart. Inhale, reach the arms up and lengthen. Exhale, fold forward through the hip creases, release the hands to the floor. Inhale, lengthen the spine halfway. And then exhale, fold, plant the hands, step the right foot way back. So keep the back heel lifted and grab your 2 blocks. Place them on either side of the front foot, but so they're shoulder distance apart. So through this whole sequence, I'm trying to keep my front knee stacked right over top of ankle, keeping this nice knee bend. Plant your 2 hands on the blocks on the highest configuration and start right away by pushing into the blocks to pull the shoulder blades apart like we did in our table pose. So core is active and in, arms are really pressing and stretching and strengthening at the same time. On an inhale, reach the heart forward, kind of like a cow pose. Reach the heart through the gate of the shoulders, hips can sink a little. Then exhale, press into the blocks, draw the belly into the spine, pull the shoulder blades apart, feel lighter through that front foot. Inhale, lengthen and reach the heart forward through the gate of the shoulders. And then exhale, round, press, press, press into those blocks. Feel lighter through that front foot. And then one more time, inhale, reach the heart forward. And then exhale, round and pause. Press into the ground. Feel so light through that right front left foot that you could almost lift it up off of the ground. Drawing the weight into the arms, into the belly. Big inhale. And then exhale, release. Walk those blocks way forward. And then plant your hands. Step up and back to your downward facing dog. Spread the fingers wide. Inhale, lift just the heels in your downward facing dog. Exhale, bend your knees and hover in that child's pose type pose. Inhale, forward to plank. Draw shoulders past the wrists. And then exhale, up and back to downward facing dog. Big breath in. And full breath out. Inhale, lift the right leg high. And then exhale, draw your knee to nose. Step the foot through in between the hands. Back heel is still lifted. And then rise all the way up, reaching arms way forward. And then all the way up to your high crescent lunge. So notice here your stance. If you're feeling a little bit wobbly, feel free to widen your stance a little. Belly draws active and in. And then reach the arms up. Find a gaze that is focused. And have a really powerful back leg by lifting up through the back heel. Take a big inhale. Exhale, cactus the arms and pause. Arms are active, belly is in. Now inhale, reach the arms up. Exhale, cactus the arms. This time use the exhale to reach and fold forward, reach way forward with the arms. And then inhale, come all the way back up, high crescent lunge. Same thing, slow. Exhale, cactus the arms. And then sweep the arms forward, reach way forward. Inhale up. Exhale, cactus the arms. Reach way forward with the arms and torso. Last time, inhale up. Exhale, cactus. Reach way forward with the arms and torso. Inhale, come all the way up. And then exhale, let's open up to our warrior two. So widen your stance a little. Hips draw to the wider edge of your mat. Sink down into your front knee. Make sure it's externally rotating to the pinky toe side of the foot. And then reach your arms into a T. Spread the fingers nice and wide. Gaze over that front middle finger. And breathe. Take a big inhale. Then exhale, windmill the hands to the ground. And then bend your back knee, step to the top of your mat. Let's inhale, lengthen halfway. And then exhale, fold. Try that again. Inhale, lengthen the spine halfway. And then exhale, fold. From here, plant the hands, step your left foot way back on your mat. Come high on the ball of the back foot. Grab your two blocks, place them right underneath your shoulders. Hands are flat, arms are straight. And then lift that back heel high. So again, we're starting again with those straight arms, super active spine with the belly in, shoulder blades are pulling apart. And then inhale, lengthen, reach the heart forward through the gate of your shoulders. And then exhale, round, press into the blocks. Draw the belly in, feel light through that front right foot. Inhale, lengthen, reach the heart forward. And then exhale, press, press, press into the blocks. Feel super light in that front foot. Last time, inhale, reach forward. And then exhale, round through the heart, press into the blocks. Feel light, 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 like you could lift that right foot up. And then exhale, release. Walk your 2 blocks way forward to the top of your mat. Plant your hands, spread through the fingers, and step all the way back to your downward facing dog. From here, inhale, lift just the heels. Exhale, bend your knees and hover in that child's pose type pose. Inhale, forward to plank, shoulders past the wrist. And then exhale up and back to downward facing dog. Big inhale and full exhale. And then inhale, lift the left leg high. Exhale, draw that knee to nose and step it through in between the hands. And again, the back heel is high. And then rising up, high crescent lunge as you reach the arms away forward to the top of the mat. And then all the way up. So again, if you're tippy at all through this body, widen your stance a little, releasing the hands to hips, and then reaching the arms up high. Let your gaze be focused. Yet let your back leg be strong. Take a big inhale. Then exhale, cactus your arms in line with shoulders. Pause. Feel strength through those arms as you inhale, reach up. Let's move on. Exhale, cactus the arms. Reach way forward with the arms and torso. Slow inhale up. Slow exhale, cactus, and reach the arms way forward. Inhale up. Exhale, cactus. Then reach way forward with the arms and torso. Last time, inhale up. Exhale, cactus, and reach way forward. Use your big breath in to come all the way up. And then exhale to open up to warrior 2. So again, we widen our stance a little. And then draw into this front knee by bending through the knee, draw it towards the outer edge of the pinky toe. Belly strengthens in, and then reach your arms into a T. Gaze over that front middle finger and pause. Big breath in. Now on the exhale, windmill the hands to the ground, plant your hands. Let's step all the way back to our downward facing dog. So spread the fingers nice and wide, lift those hips nice and high, and then melt your head, your heart towards the thighs. So arms are spreading, fingers are gripping through the pads of the fingers towards the mat. And we're keeping a micro bend through the knees. 3 more deep breaths here. And then inhale, gaze towards your hand space. We're going to walk to the top of our mat, but allow our feet to come out wide so that our feet come towards the outer edges of our mat. The toes are out and heels are in. And so we're coming for a Malasana squat. Drawing the triceps towards the inner thighs And draw your hands to heart center towards a prayer position. Draw the shoulders up and down the back. And we're actively pressing our triceps in towards the inner thighs as our inner thighs are trying to squeeze towards our triceps. So take a moment to notice maybe how easy it is to round down and kind of hang out in this pose. I encourage you to lengthen through the spine, lift up through the hips just a little. Notice that extra effort through the body. You can stay here if that feels good. Or last few breaths, reach the arms up towards the ceiling. Spread the fingers wide. Draw more weight into the belly and close the eyes. Take a big inhale. Full exhale. One more inhale. Exhale, release the palms, the hands towards the ground. Lift your hips towards the sky. And then draw your toes pointing to the top of your mat. Melt for this forward fold with wide legs. So couple deep breaths here with the head heavy. Allow a gentle bend through the knees to keep the backs of the legs safe. And then from here, heel toe, your feet closer together. Inhale, lengthen the spine halfway. Right away, exhale, fold. Inhale, follow the hands, reach all the way up. Then right away, exhale, fold forward through the hip creases. Inhale, lengthen the spine. And then exhale, fold, plant the hands. Step your right foot way back. Come high on the ball of the back foot. And let's reach for those blocks at the top of our mat. Bring them right underneath the shoulders, so they're shoulder distance apart. Planting our flat hands on the blocks. Start with the active spine. Pull the shoulder blades apart, belly in. Inhale, reach the heart forward. And then exhale, round through the spine. Press, press, press into the blocks. Feel light through the front foot. Inhale, lengthen, reach forward. And then exhale, round and press into those blocks. Feel light, like you lift the front foot up. Last time, inhale, forward. Exhale, round and press, press, press. Now see if you can lift that foot in towards the chest. Lift it up off of the ground. Big inhale, and then exhale, release. Walk those blocks way forward. Plant your hands, and then lift up and back to downward facing dog. Take a big inhale, and a full exhale. Inhale, lift just the heels. Exhale, bend your knees and hover in that child's pose type pose. Inhale, forward to plank pose. And then exhale, up and back to your downward facing dog. Right away, inhale, reach the right leg high. Exhale, draw the knee to nose and step it through in between the hands. High on the back heel, reach the arms way forward to come all the way up to your high crescent lunge. Again, little adjustments first to find this strong and stable pose. Keep your gaze focused. And let's add to our flow. Inhale, reach the arms up. Exhale, cactus the arms. Reach way forward with the arms and torso. Inhale up. And then exhale, cactus, and reach way forward. Inhale up. Last time, exhale, cactus, and reach way forward. This time, come inhale all the way up. And then exhale to open up, warrior two. Widen your stance, draw the arms into a T. Gaze over the front middle finger, big breath in. Then exhale, windmill the hands to the ground, bend the back knee to step to the top of the mat. Right away, inhale, lengthen the spine halfway. Exhale, fold. One more time, inhale halfway. And then exhale, fold, plant the hands, step down the left foot back. Left foot means one more side, guys, so grab your blocks. Place them right underneath your shoulders. Flat hands. So find that active spine, pull the shoulder blades apart, belly in. Gazing just at those toes ahead of us. Inhale, drop the belly. Reach the heart through the gate of the shoulders. And then exhale, round as you press into the blocks. Feel light through that front right foot. Inhale, lengthen, reach heart forward. And then exhale, round. Last time, inhale, reach heart forward. And then exhale, round and pause this time. See if you can press so much into that front foot that you can lift it up off of the ground. Big breath in. Exhale, release. Walk your 2 blocks way forward. Plant the hands, step back to downward facing dog pose. Fingers spread wide. Right away, inhale, lift through the heels. Exhale, bend your knees and hover in child's pose. Inhale, forward to plank. And then exhale up and back to downward facing dog. Big full inhale. Big full exhale. Right away, left leg reaches high. Exhale, knee to nose and step it through in between the hands. Reaching way forward with the arms, come all the way up to your high crescent lunge. Little adjustments to make yourself feel stable and steady and strong. Big inhale. Exhale, cactus the arms. Reach way forward with the arms and torso. Inhale up. Exhale, cactus. And reach way forward. Inhale up. Last time, exhale, cactus. And reach way forward. So this inhale, come all the way up. And then open up to your warrior 2 pose. Widen your stance. Arms open into a T. Knee draws to the outer pinky toe of the front foot. And spread the fingers wide. Take a big inhale. Exhale, windmill the hands to the ground. This time spread the fingers to step all the way back to your downward facing dog. So from here, let's slowly just lower our knees down. Take your knees wide apart. Draw the toes together, heels apart. Glutes draw towards those heels. We'll come all the way down for a child's pose. So as we draw on a little bit of heat into the body, just quickly draw back into the breath. Deep breaths in and out of the nose. And taking these moments to connect back to the breath. Even feeling the belly swell in between the thighs as you breathe. Three more deep breaths here. And then spread the fingers nice and wide. Draw your weight forward to tuck the toes to lift up and back to your downward facing dog. take a couple of breaths to draw more life back into the body, moving side to side, or if it feels good to just be still, do that. And then gaze towards your hand space. Let's walk so our feet are wide. Wide as in mat distance apart. Toes are out and heels are in. So we're going to set up for our peak pose of crow pose together today. So again, let's walk through some really great steps together to find that pose. So starting in our pose that we found before, Malasana squat, drawing our triceps towards the inner thighs, actively pressing those inner thighs into the triceps as the triceps press into the inner thighs. Shoulder blades draw down and back, belly draws in, and then see if you can lift just a little through the glutes, through the hips. Deep, intentional breaths, drawing focus and strength to the body and mind. Stay here. Begin to reach the arms way up towards the sky. Belly draws in even more. Strength to the legs. Then release the hands towards the top of your mat. Spread the fingers nice and wide. Grip down through all the pads of the fingers. So super key in crow pose is gaze way forward to the top of your mat instead of right underneath you, because if you look there, you might fall there. So fingers spread nice and wide. Draw the elbows and triceps in towards each other. Then lift high on the tips of the toes. Gaze way, way forward like I just said. And draw the knees towards the tricep. Belly draws in. You can stay here as you draw more weight forward. Or maybe lift one foot off the ground. Pause. And then switch. Try and lift the other foot off the ground. Pause. Release the feet down. Lift the hips high. Widen your feet even wider. Then let your body fall heavy over those legs. And bend through the knees. Move the body side to side. Let that go. Big inhale through the nose. Exhale out. All right, guys, let's try that one more time. Draw your heels in, toes out, sinking down. Malasana squat. So draw your triceps to those knees, lengthen through the spine. Stay here for one moment. And let's see if we can reach those arms up. Spread the fingers nice and wide. Feel length through the spine, through the sides of the waist, through the core. Reach the arms way forward. Grip down through the pads of those fingers. And then squeeze the elbows and triceps in. Knees towards the tricep. Gaze way forward. Draw your weight more forward. Tips of the toes. Lift one foot, 2 feet, and pause. Pause in whatever you found. And pausing could be moving in and out as well. And so just thank yourself for trying that, for playing. Let's lift our hips up. Move the hips side to side. And let's lower our knees down. Draw your toes together, knees apart. And then sink your hips, your glutes towards the heels. Melt your heart down. So arms can reach way forward or draw hand upon a hand. Or even you can reach those hands towards your heels. And let's soften. Take a moment to slow down through the breath. And just notice all of the rushes of energy, strength through the body and mind. And give yourself permission to let that go. Focus more deeply on that intentional deep breath. Even allowing yourself to focus a little bit more on the exhale of the breath. Take 3 more intentional breaths. And as a last act of gratitude, send a loving thanks to yourself for your practice. For taking this time for challenge, for strength, for play. And so namaste to you.